We've been very involved in the electoral process, worked hard for the defeat and succeeded in dumping Gingrich and that bunch. And we did phone banking. We had plan of work of what we would do, what the different clubs would undertake to do in the way of phone banking, work in your union, work in your organization, put out leaflets, put out labor, particularly labor's material. We were active starting about 1994 or 5 around the jobs issue. And it was a little premature. People were not at that point ready to recognize the need for jobs. I think it's a lot different now. But we had a sort of a, what would you call it? We started in one case, developed an attitude towards the need for jobs, and then we contacted a lot of people that we knew as friends and supporters, readers of the paper and so forth, and asked if they would be a part of a loose kind of an ad hoc committee. Yeah, that's fine. So then we put that out, worked on the jobs thing. We, in 1990, I don't know, maybe about 1994 or about 95, I guess, had the first of our labor brunches, which were put on for the paper and by the paper, and a speaker came from Pittsburgh to speak on the jobs question. Then the next year, there was a jobs committee in California, Southern California, fighting for jobs, and it was made many trade unionists in it, leading trade unionists. So we had one of those speakers come up to our brunch. And we always kind of recognized somebody who was an outstanding trade unionist or environmental leader or something like that. And then our biggest success was the one in 1997, we had another speaker, 2 speakers come from California on the jobs, who were leaders in the jobs fight nationally. In 1998, we had the editor of our paper. And we had, I don't know, 200 or 250 people. It was brunch, and in the Carpenter's Hall, and it was a big success. But we haven't been able to do it since then. I mean, we would maybe do it if we could, but we just haven't had the people who could devote themselves. You know, part of it is people get a job. They're no longer in school, and then they get a job, and that takes their time. So, at any rate, in the 90s, besides the jobs thing, we've been supportive of the movement for police accountability. One of our members, Lonnie, who was with us. Lonnie is on the executive board of Mothers for Police Accountability. And when they asked her, she's very upfront. She said, well, I've got a lot to do in my party, and you know I am in the party. And they said, yeah, we know, but we want you. And so she's part of the phone answering. They get calls all the time, and they have to call back and talk to people who got complaints. I'm an official representative of the party in Jobs with Justice organization, which is, the aim is to build the unity between labor and the faithful and the communities and so forth. It's a wonderful organization, puts on some great stuff. I do phone banking. I did it for the Delta flight attendants a few months ago. Did it for the Martin Luther King rally in Garfield High. We go on the streets and do rallies, supporting and so forth.